This just in. Joe Biden is a bum ass bum. Wait a minute. Can we get a fact check on that? Huh. Well, there you have it. Oh man, what's up, y'all? What's up, man? So, if y'all have been keeping up with things, it appears that we've had another prominent member of this Democratic primary election drop out. Yes, today, the senator from Massachusetts, yeah, I really don't know how to say it, that's why I said it like that, Miss Elizabeth Warren has conceded and dropped out, y'all. A little bit too late. I mean, you probably could have did this a little earlier before Super Tuesday. Maybe we would have won, like Texas and some other shit. But hey, it's cool. It's cool. Whatever. But anyways, this ain't about her, and this ain't about Bernie. This is about Biden. And look, y'all, I know he's familiar. He been around forever. Uncle Joe, No, no. If you think that just because he was friends with this guy, that he's going to actually do something good, or that he's actually qualified for the job, or that he somehow has the best interests of people in mind, you're wrong. Because his voting record and basically his time in office have shown who he is. So the interesting thing is he is trying to become the 2020 Democratic nominee. And the reason I put such an emphasis on Democratic is because his record is more likened to that of a Republican. His rhetoric is more likened to a new age conservative, not like the old Southern strategy racist one, but the concealed, dog whistling type stuff. The more of it's more of a controlled type of communication that he does. Like the things that he says is kind of like a call to, early 90s. Like those Democrats are now considered more of a neoliberal, which is damn near conservative. So like the Hillary Clinton, the Bill Clinton type of stuff like that. So let's just kind of take a look real quick at some of this nigga's shit that he's been doing since he's been in office. And the first thing that we have to look at, and I know a lot of people talk about it, but seeing as I am an African American and it's affected people of my population the most, I would have to say that his 1994 crime bill is one of the most disastrous pieces of legislation that has ever been put into existence. And the fact that he did nothing but give an apology and think that, yeah, maybe it was wrong for it. No, your boy Bill, and well, when Hillary was over there calling people super predators and shit like that, were so instrumental in attempting to get this passed. Guess what? You were the ones that created this mass incarceration like issue that we have, or as Michelle Alexander calls it, the new Jim Crow. So the fact that you have been so incredibly instrumental in causing a such a huge prison issue, in the land of the free, that's just a very, very big red, white, and blue flag for me. So there's that. Y'all remember back in '91 when he was attacking Anita Hill? And you could just tell like this guy's not all the way there. You know what I'm saying? So then we could talk about the Iraq War vote, or we could talk about what he ended up writing in '95 becoming the Patriot Act, and then agreeing to the Patriot Act. So he's not really for a lot of the things that progressives are speaking of. And there's a progressive movement. I know that there's a lot of establishment Democrats that are still running the show for the most part, but there's so much young progressive blood that is just like bubbling up that it's like, look, we don't need to go backwards to try to move forwards. Okay? That's what the Republicans try to do when they said they're going to make America great again. No, we just need to start getting back to what we were trying to do, you know what I'm saying, when we were actually on path and we weren't trying to like kill each other over the stupidest things, like, my bad. So, there's that. But the other thing that I think we really need to talk about is when he voted to basically cut the bankruptcy protections for student loans. Do y'all know what the student loan debt crisis is like? If not, I implore you to watch a few of these videos on YouTube, specifically John Oliver's. It's amazing on there. It's incredible what we're going through right now in this student loan debt crisis. So for him to basically make it to where you can't get out of student loans. You can never get away from them and they will continuously haunt you for the rest of your life. No bankruptcy protections, nothing of the sort. Whether you got your degree, whether you didn't, whether you got cheated out of school or not, doesn't really matter. Like, there's so many things. He tried to cut Social Security. Like, the busing situation where he was against busing when he endorsed Strom Thurmond. Like, can we just be honest with ourselves and say, like, look, Joe Biden, you are a damn bum. You appear in your older age to have lost a lot of your cognitive abilities. When you speak, it seems to be long ramblings of a incoherent nature. Sometimes you seem to be Fire Joe, and then sometimes you seem to be, oh, I'm Joe Biden. Like just aloof almost. And none of that is gonna work, especially against the troll himself. Like, I'm finally coming to terms with the fact that this dude is just funny. Like, he is. I hate Donald Trump. I don't have a problem saying that. I dislike this man so much. But when that man gets in front of that camera and he's got that podium there and he's just doing this and he's doing this and he's just saying stuff, like, he is funny as hell. If he wasn't a failed businessman, he might have been able to be successful as a comedian. I'm just saying. But look, the truth is, y'all remember when the impeachment stuff was happening? I know it wasn't that long ago, but part of what was going on was with the quid pro quo being part of Ukraine situation, there were questions about somebody. Y'all remember that, right? Yeah, y'all know where I'm going with this. Y'all remember the name? Hunter Biden. Actually, he's got a connection. His dad, Joe. Right. There's corruption there. So it doesn't really make sense to put somebody up who, once actually everything comes out, into the light, it's going to be like, bro, you might actually get arrested and indicted before you even make it to the Oval Office. It's like, what have you actually done? And the GOP is going to open or keep the investigations open into Biden to see what's really going on. And that could potentially cause a lot of harm for the Democratic movement. So look, man, I know that y'all are very, excuse me, very, very, very nervous about these radical ideas that you hear coming from Bernie Sanders. You see a lot of misinterpretation saying that he's going to tax people 52% on any income over $65,000. It's not true. It's not going to happen. All you have to do is look at his proposals. Whether you agree with them or not, that's something that we can actually talk about in a nuanced conversation objectively. But what we can't talk about is allowing people like Joe Biden, who have no business running for president, to get the nomination just because we're scared of allowing change to happen.